You've stood at a crossroads, maybe faced a really tough decision, or felt this inexplicable pull towards one path over another. You've probably called it a gut feeling, right? Or an instinct. But what if these aren't just, vague sensations? What if they're actually powerful, intelligent signals? Signals your body and mind are constantly sort of conspiring to send you. That's exactly what we're diving into today. Our mission in this deep dive is to explore this fascinating, often kind of underestimated connection between those deepest instincts, our intuition, and our emotional intelligence. We're going to unpack what these concepts truly mean, how they show up within us, and really importantly, how you can cultivate them to navigate life's complexities with, more wisdom and this uncanny clarity. Let's jump in. Okay, so let's unpack this. We throw around terms like gut feeling or instinct all the time. But how do we really distinguish a true gut feeling, that deep intuition, from just, say, a strong emotional reaction, or even a personal bias? They can feel so similar sometimes.
That's a great question, really vital, because while they're deeply intertwined, they are distinct. Emotional intelligence, or EQ, is essentially your capacity to identify, understand, and manage your own emotions. And just as critically, to perceive and, influence the emotions of others. It's about having a sophisticated understanding of the emotional landscape, both inside you and around you.
Okay, understanding feelings, got it.
Then intuitive intelligence, sometimes called NQ, builds on that foundation. But it takes a crucial leap. It's the ability to actually use those gut feelings, instincts, hunches, which are often informed by those emotional cues to make swift, insightful decisions and solve problems. It's about recognizing that flash of insight as legitimate, as valuable information, often based on subtle cues and patterns your conscious mind hasn't fully processed yet. Think of it like knowing something with real conviction, but maybe you can't quite articulate the why in that exact moment.
Okay, so the overlap must be pretty significant then. Is it fair to say emotional intelligence is like the eyes that see the landscape, and intuition is more like the compass pointing the way through it?
That's a brilliant analogy, yes. Both absolutely emphasize core elements like self-awareness, mindfulness, empathy. These are key. Being emotionally intelligent definitely amplifies your intuitive abilities because you're simply more attuned, more aware of your own internal landscape and the subtle shifts in others.
Right.
They both push us towards a more holistic problem-solving approach, one that integrates emotions, intuition, and rational thought, moving beyond just cold logic.
So it's not logic versus intuition, but logic and intuition.
Exactly. The key distinction, like you hinted, is that EQ is more about understanding emotions, while NQ is about leveraging those subtle, often preconscious insights that frequently spring from that emotional processing.
Okay, that clarifies it. But when we talk about gut feelings, is that just a convenient metaphor we use? Or is there actually a real physical, maybe even scientific basis for these deep insights? Because I've definitely had those moments where my stomach literally twists before bad news, or my heart just knows something is right or wrong.
Oh, it's far more than a metaphor. Our bodies and minds are inextricably connected, one system. This isn't about separating your brain from your body. It's about seeing them as one incredibly smart, interconnected system. For too long, maybe we've treated them as distinct, psychologists focusing on the mind, doctors on the body. But the truth is, they're constantly communicating, influencing each other in really profound ways.
Okay.
This leads us straight to a concept called interoception. You might think of it as your body's private internal sensing system, almost like a sixth sense, some people call it.
A sixth sense.
Yeah, it's the process where your body constantly feeds your mind information about internal sensations, visceral feelings, that knot in your stomach when something feels off, those shivers down your spine with a sudden insight, or that powerful knowing in the heart you mentioned. These aren't just random. They are your body actively providing information, often before your conscious mind has even caught up.
That idea of a sixth sense is really intriguing. But you mean it's not just a metaphorical gut feeling, like we say. You mean our actual gut and heart are literally sending signals to our brain that we then interpret as intuition.
Precisely. Exactly. Consider the vagus nerve, for instance. It's like the superhighway stretching from the base of your brain all the way down to your heart and your gut. This nerve is a key player. It mediates these interoceptive signals, which explains precisely why we so often feel intuition as gut feelings or that distinct knowing in the heart.
Wow.
It's a primary pathway for the body to inform the mind. It's biology.
Okay, so the body's talking. What's the brain doing?
Well, in the brain itself, different areas work together like a well-oiled machine. Some parts react to emotional cues instantly, even before you're consciously aware, like the amygdala. Others, like the insula, blend these body signals with what's happening around you, forming those initial intuitive flashes. And then other parts help us figure out if those flashes are important. It's this complex, rapid-fire process, a dynamic dance between your emotions and your intuition, creating responses that influence your thoughts and actions often before you're fully aware.
A dance. I like that.
And then there's this concept of heart coherence. Have you heard of that?
Vaguely, but tell me more.
Imagine your heart rhythm becoming smoother, more consistent, almost like a steady, calm drum beat. Activating positive emotions, think appreciation, love, compassion can help create this balanced state. It's where your body and mind essentially sing in sync, leading to heightened synchronization and efficiency across your whole system. Physiological, cognitive, emotional.
Something in sync.
Yeah. And this state significantly enhances your intuitive abilities. It powerfully demonstrates how the physical body isn't just a container for intelligence, but actively generates and processes it.
It's incredible to think that what feels like a simple hunch is actually our body and brain communicating so profoundly.
Yeah.
So it's not just a feeling in the abstract, but a tangible biological signal that we can actually learn to tune into.
Precisely. That's the key, learning to tune in. And when we truly harness this incredible combination of intuition and emotional intelligence, it manifests in some really remarkable ways in our daily lives.
So if our bodies are indeed constantly giving us these powerful cues, what does it actually look like when someone truly harnesses this combination of intuition and emotional intelligence in their daily life? What are the hallmarks of these individuals?
Right. Well, these individuals often possess a rare kind of striking clarity. They have a deep, really nuanced understanding of emotions, an almost uncanny ability to connect with others, and sometimes a surprising knack for anticipating outcomes. They don't just connect, they anticipate. They often predict shifts in mood or outcome before anyone else is even consciously aware.
Okay, like they can read the room on a whole different level.
Exactly. Think of someone with remarkable empathy. It's not just feeling for others' sympathy, but an almost telepathic ability to step into someone else's shoes, feeling their emotions as if they were their own. They can sense upset without a word being spoken or truly share in the joy and excitement of others. This makes them exceptional communicators, natural bridge builders.
And their gut feelings, you mentioned those earlier. Are they just lucky, or is there something more going on?
Their gut feelings aren't just random hunches. It's more like lightning-fast pattern recognition, operating below the surface of conscious thought.
Pattern recognition.
Yeah, imagine like an internal supercomputer processing massive amounts of subtle data, body language, tone of voice, past experiences, and delivering a verdict, often before your rational mind can even start to crunch the numbers. This allows them to navigate complex situations with a confidence that, pure logic often can't match on its own.
But that sounds incredibly powerful, and maybe also a bit risky. When is it truly wise to trust that gut feeling over logic? And when might that just be, misjudgment or even recklessness?
That's a crucial distinction, and we definitely need to explore that more. It's not about abandoning logic at all. It's about integrating intuition with it. But sticking with their traits for a moment, these individuals are also keen observers. They pick up on subtle details others might totally miss.
Like what?
Could be a slight shift in someone's tone of voice, a fleeting facial expression, or even noticing changes in the environment that signal something's different. This heightened observation helps them adapt quickly and respond really appropriately. And they are excellent listeners, truly excellent, actively absorbing not just what's said, but how it's said, and crucially, what's not being said.
The unsaid stuff.
Exactly. They pick up on subtle cues like body language, pauses, silence. This helps them understand and empathize on a much, much deeper level, makes them exceptional at resolving conflicts or offering genuinely insightful advice.
That sounds like someone who genuinely connects. Someone who truly sees people, not just hears their words.
Absolutely. They embody authenticity. They tend to be genuine and vulnerable in their interactions. They understand that this openness actually fosters deep trust and connection. They don't feel the need to put on a facade. Their self-assuredness often makes them open and transparent, which naturally draws people towards them and makes others feel comfortable opening up in return.
That makes sense. Makes them great friends, confidants.
Yes, exactly. And this potent combination often makes them compassionate leaders. They lead from the heart, guiding, nurturing, supporting their teams. They foster environments built on deep respect and trust.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Think of an executive in a meeting. They might intuit tension, maybe through subtle body language cues, people getting suddenly quiet, avoiding eye contact. Instead of ignoring it or pushing through, they proactively create a safe space right then and there for the team to express concerns. This doesn't just solve the immediate issue, it improves engagement, cohesion, and strengthens the whole team long term.
That's powerful leadership.
It really is. And critically, they demonstrate comfort with uncertainty and remarkable resilience amid adversity. They tend to see unknowns not as something terrifying, but as opportunities for growth and exploration. They trust their gut and emotions to help navigate challenges.
Like that friend who encourages you when you're at a career crossroads, sees it as exploration, not just risk.
Exactly like that, seeing the potential in the unknown. And when faced with actual setbacks, they see them as opportunities for growth, picking themselves up, often with stronger resolve, this deep self-awareness, this profound understanding of their own emotions, their strengths, weaknesses, motivations. That's truly the bedrock, the foundation for both their emotional and intuitive abilities.
This all sounds like an incredible set of skills, almost like a superpower, as you sort of hinted earlier.
Yeah.
But is this something we're just born with? Or can we actually develop and hone these abilities? Can we learn this?
This raises the most important question, doesn't it? Can we actually be taught emotional intelligence and intuition? And the answer is a resounding yes. Absolutely. It's definitely a learnable skill. It begins with self-awareness. And much like working on a muscle, it requires consistent effort and practice. It doesn't happen overnight.
Okay, so where do we start? What's the core principle?
One of the core tenets is balancing intuition with rationality. It's not choosing one over the other. We basically have two primary systems for processing information. System one is our intuitive, fast, often unconscious system. That's where those gut feelings live. Then there's system two, which is analytical, slower, and demands more conscious cognitive effort. Logic, reasoning.
Right, the fast and slow thinking.
Precisely. While intuition collects information and provides those initial insights, reasoning system two helps us analyze it, make sense of it, and crucially differentiate it from just strong emotions or wishful thinking, mere imagination. The harder the problem, the more complex the situation, the more we need both systems working together in concert, not fighting each other.
Okay, balance is key. So how do we purposely tap into this intuitive flow? Not just wait for it to happen, but actually encourage it.
Good question. Think of it like archery, maybe. A bow and arrow. First, you need to aim your mind towards a solution that's your objective, your target. Your intuition then acts as the arrow, that swift, direct insight. Now, to set that arrow in motion, you need a kind of counterforce. This isn't about forcing it, it's more about creating the right conditions. This can involve tuning into your body sensations, really noticing what you feel physically, and cultivating present moment awareness, stepping back from trying to immediately rationalize or control.
So letting go a bit.
Exactly. Then you let go, trusting the intuition to hit the target, holding off excessive reasoning just for a moment. Once the insight arrives, then you bring in your analytical mind system two to evaluate it, refine it, and decide how to act on it.
Aim, create space, let go, then analyze.
Got it. A really critical step in this whole process is learning to differentiate intuition from emotions and imagination. This can be tricky.
How do we do that? They can feel similar.
Well, emotions tend to push or pull you in a certain direction. They have an energy. And they're often quite describable. You feel anger here in your chest, a sense of dread there in your stomach. They have a clear energetic signature. Intuition, on the other hand, often flows freely. It can be much harder to verbalize. If a feeling is almost impossible to describe, if it just is, a clear knowing without intense emotion attached, it's more likely intuition.
Interesting distinction. And imagination.
Imagination tends to constantly change forms. It morphs easily. You can shape it and change it. But truly, intuitive information rarely shifts much from its first clear perception or idea. It has a kind of steadfast quality. It arrives and it stays pretty consistent.
Okay, that's helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any concrete, practical ways to practice this, things we can start doing today to cultivate this inner wisdom?
Absolutely. There are several things. Intuition journaling is a really powerful exercise. Keep a notebook handy, maybe by your bed or just with you. Jot down your intuitive insights, any feelings, images, hunches. Include the context, what was happening, what emotions were you feeling at the time, and any body sensations you noticed.
So really detailed notes.
Yes. Then, importantly, note what action you took based on that intuition, or maybe why you decided not to act on it. And later, revisit your journal and record the outcomes, what actually happened. This helps you build trust in your valid insights and recognize patterns in when your intuition is most accurate. It's like creating your own personal feedback loop.
I like that. A feedback loop for intuition. What else?
Other key practices include breath work, particularly deep belly breathing. This simple act can shift your attention down towards your gut mind, promoting a state of peace and heightened self-awareness, making you more receptive.
Okay, breathing. Simple, but effective.
And mind-body practices like yoga, tai chi, or various somatic exercises are excellent. They increase your overall body awareness and sensitivity, which helps you notice those subtle intuitive signals more easily. Also, regular self-reflection. Just taking time to check in with yourself, active listening, really listening to others, not just waiting to speak, and even simply cultivating curiosity, consistently asking why questions about your feelings, your thoughts, situations around you. This can deepen your insights immensely.
So it sounds like it's really about building awareness on multiple levels.
Exactly. It's truly about learning from every single experience, embracing uncertainty not as a threat, but as an opportunity for discovery, and committing to continuous growth in your self-awareness and your understanding of both yourself and others.
We've taken quite a deep dive today into how your gut feelings and your emotional intelligence are not just abstract ideas, but really powerful, interconnected forms of intelligence, deeply rooted in your body and brain chemistry. From those subtle signals carried by the vagus nerve, all the way to the profound empathy we see in compassionate leaders. Cultivating these abilities allows all of us to navigate life with greater clarity, deeper connection, and just more well-rounded, wiser decisions. So consider this as we wrap up. If your body is constantly providing you with honest, present-moment wisdom, often way before your conscious mind even catches up, what might you discover about your true path, your best decisions, simply by learning to listen more deeply, by tuning into those subtle, innate signals? Something to think about.